everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today in this video, I have been wanting to read the Boys of Tommen series for quite some time now, since I've seen it on TikTok. I finally was able to get basically all the books on Kindle Unlimited, so I have them on my Kindle now, and I've been reading them, and I wanted to do a little reading vlog where I read the Binding 13 series with you guys, and I also wanted to make it where it's like not spoiler free, so like we're sitting here and discussing specific things that are happening in the book, but I will put like warnings for the people who have not read the series or like want to read it with me and haven't gotten to the place that I'm at yet, but you still want to watch this video. So yeah, I actually have already started reading Binding 13. I'm almost finished with that. I'm like 300, almost 400 pages in, and I think it's like 600 pages, and I'm loving it so far. But I was gonna try to read the whole series in a week, but I've been very busy this week, and this weekend I've been doing sorority recruitment. Yeah, I'm gonna be in a sorority, so that's very exciting. So I think I don't know how much I'm gonna read tonight, because we don't end until 7, but I'll probably come back at 7 and talk about it. But I don't know, because I've already read a bunch. We might talk about it now. So it is actually like a day later, because I've been doing a lot of sorority stuff, and hopefully I get my sorority today, but I suicide bid. Back to what we're supposed to be talking about, Binding 13. I have been reading more since last time I talked. I'm on chapter 57, on page 501, so I have like 100 and something pages left. So I'm getting to be almost done with the Binding 13, which is the first in the Boys of Tommen series. At the beginning, it kind of felt really weird, because, I don't know, they just didn't know each other that well, and, Shannon, so we're just gonna start from the beginning. So, Shannon, she was getting bullied at her other school. I can't remember what it's called. It's like BCS or something, BCs or something like that. And she was getting bullied a lot, to the point where, she had to move schools. So she moved to Tommen College, which is a preparatory school, and is where 2 of her best friends from, grade school went. This is also set in Ireland, and it's set in 2005, which I love that, because that's the year I was born, and I just love the 2000 era. I wish I was actually, a teenager in that era, but it didn't get to happen. That's fine. Whatever. But, it starts out with Shannon. She starts this new school, and her 2 best friends, Claire and Lizzie, are there, which I have a feeling next, hopefully, is going to be Claire and Gibson, I feel like, is who's going to be next, hopefully. Well, actually, it's still, Saving 13's next, I think. I can't remember. Anyways, Shannon ends up, she's in a new school, obviously, and is going around, and she's trying to find a shortcut to go to her next class. So she decides to try and cut through the I almost said Quidditch. Through the rugby pitch. And while she's doing that, Johnny Kavanaugh, love him, Johnny, he was actually kicking the ball at one of his teammates for saying something stupid. I can't remember who it was, or I think it was Gibbsy. I can't remember what they said, but he was kicking the ball at one of his teammates, and then the ball ended up hitting Shannon, and she passed out almost, because she's 5'1", I'm 5'1", so I know her height, and he's 6'1", he's all the way up here, and she's 5'1", and is very skinny, almost anorexic looking is how they kind of describe her. And so yeah, that definitely would have took me out too. But now I kind of want somebody to hit me in the head with the ball, and he saves me a little bit, because that's kind of what happened. And I loved their first interaction a lot. That's what I'm gaining from the beginning, was I loved their first interaction. The way he helped her without knowing who she was at all, and was completely nice to her, and took her and even waited. And the way he was nice to her even after that, without even really being asked to, or necessarily even wanted to. And it was just, the start of the developing of the relationship was very interesting to me. I liked how it was just kind of out of nowhere. They just kind of met, and then he kind of fell for her, and then they starting to develop more. One girl that I hate, Bella, I think everybody can say that though, because she's a little bitch. I don't like her. I wish it was okay for men to hit women sometimes, because I think Johnny should just smack her right in her mouth. But that would be wrong. But I don't think it would be wrong. I think she needs to get smacked in her mouth. That's all I have to say about that. Because it's making me very upset for Shannon that she has to leave the school and then is now coming back. She's just trying to make a connection with this guy, and it's a guy that she knows that she doesn't even really have a chance with, because he's a very big rugby player, and he's in, they call it, oh my god, I'm blanking on everything. They call it the academy is what he's in. And that's basically just, like, that basically lets him know that he's one of the best players and that he's definitely going to be on a professional team after he graduates. And he is a senior and she is, like, sophomore? Something like that. But she's 16 and he's 18. Or he's 17 right now, but he's going to be 18. And, yeah. So that's, like, a real struggle that he has. And I don't know, because I have dated some older men, so I don't really get his perspective, but it's also set in 2005, so I do kind of get it at the same time. And he feels like he really does not want to be with Shannon, but the only reason for that is because of their age difference. But other than that, he can't really find a reason besides, like, the age difference, and he wants to focus on school and rugby, that he doesn't want to be with her. So I'm just really waiting for them to fully get together right now. They've already kissed, and okay, the scene that made me cringe was whenever she was on his bed. I don't know if you guys have read this. I can't remember what chapter it is. But it was when she was on his bed after getting out of the shower when it was raining, and his mom brought her, was meddling, but they were supposed to bring her home, but she brought her to their house. And then she dried her clothes and, like, let her take a shower, and Johnny also took a shower. And, like, she saw him, like, not his full, but, like, his butt and, like, his chest. But the fact that, like, she was laying on his bed, and it's just the fact of her towel was fully open and she didn't know. That's what's, like, I don't know if I really necessarily believe that. That's kind of unbelievable writing a little bit, because whenever he described it, because she just thought he only saw her titties. When he described it, he said he saw everything. So that means her towel was, like, fully open whenever she was on his bed and, like, playing with his dog. So I don't know how she didn't feel that. That's all I have to say, because, you know, like, whenever, like, you're semi-wet and you open the towel, like, cold air. So I really don't know how she didn't feel that. And then she kissed him. That was insane. That whole, like, their first kiss, I felt like, I did not like it at all, but I thought it was really funny, because he was just in shock, and I think he didn't, like, he was still kind of nervous about the age difference. But now I feel like he's really letting down his guard. We just got through the chapters where he helped her with his homework, and then Bella started spreading the rumors around school that him and her and Johnny broke up because of Shannon and all that. So that's the point where I'm at now, and that's why I said I wish Johnny would just punch her in the face, because that whole lunch scene where she was sitting there and calling her a slut and saying all this, how did nobody punch her in the face? I would have punched her in the face. Like, I feel so bad for Shannon, because I get, like, her perspective, but, like, everybody else that was there, you could have punched her in the face. Like, Claire, Lizzie, you could have punched her in the face. But I do love how Lizzie's, like, really sticking up for him. Is like, Johnny, you need to say something to Bella. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to talk about right now. That was a lot. And then I'm probably going to keep reading. But I'm also waiting for the call back to see if I got my bid or not. So I'm also kind of anxious, and I kind of just want to watch Game of Thrones. So I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, Sam and Colby's definitely going to be in the background of this right now. But I have read a few more chapters, and I've read where they went on the surprise, like, football trip that Shannon didn't know about, obviously, because her dad. I'm ready for Johnny to be her dad's ass. I'm ready for that scene, because I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'm hoping it happens, because her dad's fucking abusive and decided to drop her phone into a glass of water because she's been hanging out with Johnny. So that's just a wonderful thing. So she didn't know that in the next couple of days, when she finally did come back to school after the whole, like, Bella incident, that there was a football tournament that she had to go to, and that they were almost gonna have to stay overnight. But then Johnny was like, no, I can take you home, and that was after they like made a big ruckus on the bus. And I don't know why I love that whole scene, but it was hard to imagine for me, like, their positions they were in. And the bus also seems huge. Like, she said, like, dozen rows up, she was looking at people. I was like, What kind of bus are you guys driving? I don't know. Let me know if you guys do. But yeah, I love them. I just love them. And if Gibbsy didn't interrupt, he so would have kissed her. He said that himself. I've already read it. He so would have kissed her. So that makes me very upset. That just, best friends always show up at the wrong time. Like, we love you, but go away. So yeah, they've made it to the game, and they've already played, and Johnny got tackled and got hurt, or re-hurt. He, like, ripped open his stitches from his surgery, so now he has to go back to surgery. So what that means for him is that he's not going to be able to play rugby for a while again. And that's his whole life. Like, he's been faking, like, not being as injured as he was just so he could play rugby, because it's his whole life. He wants to be a professional rugby player. Everything's going bad right now. Shannon was freaking out. She thought he died. Everything's just going bad. Gibbsy just yelled at Johnny because, yeah, I understand why, though, because he was sitting there faking his injuries. I also understand why he was doing that. But come on now. So, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm on, like, Shannon's POV now, I think. Hold on, yeah. Also, I did get my sorority. Love it. I'm an ASA. And then, oh, yep. It's Oops, I Did It Again, in chapter 63, and it's Shannon's POV. 91% in, and I'm on page 552. So I think we could pretty much get it done tonight, most likely. Another update. Because I remembered he has to have surgery, so they're not going to get to have their talk tonight, and he was going to take her home, and he was going to talk to her about feelings, because he loves her. He was finally going to give in. Now I can do it. Now I can talk. And she's screwed because she was supposed to be home. I can go and get Gibbs if you want. I only want you. I love that. I fully finished Binding 13. I've started the first chapter of Keeping 13. The whole ending, the way it ended off, was insane, because I knew as soon as Coach found Shannon and Johnny inside of the locker room or whatever, where he was after he got, like, his stuff torn, found them together and said he was going to tell their parents that something really bad was going to happen. I'm still ready for, I almost got my wish, because obviously Shannon got home, her father started beating her because of what happened with Johnny. You know, she's not he was her first kiss, and she's 16. Which is not bad. I'm not saying that that's, like, a weird thing to have your first kiss at 16, but, like in this, like, also it's 2005, so yeah. But still, it's her first kiss. She's never had sex, like, and so, and then I thought she was gonna die too, to be honest. Like, when her little brothers ran in, that scared me so bad. I thought he was gonna start hitting them too, but anyways, what else do I need to have from that ending? Oh yeah. Then Joey came in. I thought Joey was gonna kill him. That was my one wish was for him to kill him. And the ending, how they ended off, is very, very sad and depressing, but I loved it all the same. The way he just asked his mother, him or us, and that was just kind of how it ended. It was very, very moving for me, and then that's how it picked up too. It was like him or us, and that's the fact that children actually go through that. It's probably gonna be hard to hear me. The wind's blowing, but the fact that kids actually have to go through that, and that their parents. I understand she may be scared, but the dude's already on the floor. You can call the police and it can be over with. Like, he has, like, the father at this point has he can't get up and hit you now. And I understand she's probably scared, but your kid is standing in front of you after having to beat his father because he just beat his sister, him or us, and she's sitting there silent, still by the dad's side. Yeah, I can't do this anymore. I just now started it from Shannon's POV. And I feel so bad for Shannon. The trauma she's been through, I don't blame her for how she acts sometimes. Like, I would charm her. It's horrible. Actually, I want to go ahead and backtrack because their father did just get up. Never mind. Yeah. He's actively throwing him out right now. Actively throwing him out right now. Guys. He just said he was gonna burn the house down. So we just had the sorority event. I'm kind of just sitting here waiting for my ride. So what I'm probably gonna do is go ahead and read. I don't know why my thing was. My camera never goes properly the way I want it to be. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and finish because I didn't finish. Hold on. I'm gonna look. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I didn't finish the first chapter. I still have 5 minutes left of the first chapter. So that's probably what I'm gonna go ahead and finish right now. This is getting hard, guys. This is getting hard to read because Shannon's like going in and out of consciousness right now. Like she's like almost dying basically. I'm freaking out. And she's like sitting here remembering all the things that Johnny said to her. I'm gonna explode. The last thing she heard, she says his voice. I'm thinking she's talking about Joey, but it might be Johnny, but he said, "Don't leave me." Things Johnny remembered from when Shannon visited him in the hospital was that she said father, and he's trying to figure out the connection. And I'm thinking he's gonna figure out the connection, and he's gonna figure out about Shannon, like what's happening to her at the same time, somehow. And I'm not okay with what's happening. And the fact that he's like saying that he's having like a weird feeling and that he needs to talk to Shannon, like I feel he already knows, like he already knows what's happening, like he has a gut feeling. This is just horrible. That's all I have to say about this right now. I'm on chapter 4 of Keeping 13. If you know, you know. I can't. I just can't do this anymore. I just finished chapter 3. I'm getting very, very volatile. This is a travesty. See all the bots going around my school. There's like 3 of them right now. Look at all of them. I love those little robots. So I have been reading more. Just been such a busy week for me not being able to record. But it's been raining all day. It's gonna be raining all weekend because of the hurricane stuff. So I just feel like laying down and reading and watching Gilmore Girls. I'm on Keeping 13 of the Boys of Tommen series, and I'm on chapter 16, and that is page 106. There's like 689 pages, whatever. Long books. These are long books. And yeah, so we've already gotten to the point where Johnny knows about everything. He's ready to kill this man. I know he is. He's ready to kill this man. And Shannon, like, has been to the hospital, and she's now finally home. Thank the Lords. Well, not really. But a lot of people, I can see where like, their older brother, because they're old. Oh my God, another thing. Their older brother, Darren, came back finally. He was literally just a few hours away, and he was in contact with their parents the whole time. Sorry, my cat is, like, in love with me right now. And he was in contact with their parents the whole time. So that was an insane revelation. I really think that kind of solidified a little bit for Shannon that maybe her family doesn't care about her that much, because why was he that many hours away and you didn't, like, come back for them ever? That's, I don't know. And then the whole thing with her mom, I understand her mom was also a victim, but she's a grown woman now. She's the one that's providing for the household in the first place. He's not doing anything. She's not financially, she's not there for financials. She clearly, I mean, if she loves this man, I don't know how. So it's like, I just don't know if I don't think I can back the mom either, because the mom was allowing this to happen. She could have taken him out of the situation. She for sure could have, I feel like. And maybe he did convince her he was going to kill them. At that point, as a mother, I would have killed that man. I don't know. Just to me, it's just a little off. And then we're at the point where Claire, Shannon, and Gibbsy, they break Johnny out because their mom's like, no, you need to rest. You're not allowed to go there. And he's like, no, I'm going to see Shannon. That's my girl. I'm not going to see Shannon right now. So he goes. Well, he did visit her in the hospital before, but then, like, her mom got mad and all that. So he wants to see her and make sure she's all right because she's at home now. So they go, and Darren's basically telling them, no. So him for that, because I don't know why he's trying to tell them, no, that is Johnny's girl. And she is not forming an attachment to him. That's just, like, the only person that is actually caring for her right now, honestly. Like, him and Joey, those are the only people that have actually tried to care for her and stick up for her. And Claire, I want to say that too, and Lizzie. So, yes, and then they finally, like, Shannon comes down, runs, jumps into his arms, and they leave, and I'm so excited, because I really thought Darren was not going to let them leave with her, but he was like, no, packed a bag, she made the decision, she finally was able to stick up for herself. That's where we're at right now, and it's getting very good.
Girl, I'm not going in there.
I don't know what he's doing. Why are you on my camera? I love that the boys are, like, helping Joey out, and they're like, we got this, like. This is the title of the next chapter. Are we getting some spice finally? Maybe, but, like, he can't really do anything right now because of surgery. I don't know. Gibbsy and Claire made a huge mistake. I need their book now. I need them right now. I need them because he already said he was in love with her, so I feel like they've been doing stuff this whole time, and I just need their book to see their perspective, and, like, I need this now. I do love Shannon and Johnny, though, but I really want Claire and Gibbsy. I'm just getting really tired of looking at a screen. I have another kitty here to join us. Shannon and Joey are staying at Johnny's house, but Claire and Gibbsy had to leave because Claire had to go home. Something that happened between them two, or she figured something out. I don't know. We're gonna find out though eventually, I feel like. present tense, as in I mean it now. And maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Maybe I'm fucking everything up by telling you that when you're in the middle of your family stuff, but it's the truth. I'm in love with you. I think I've been that way for a while now. A long fucking while, if we're being totally honest. Seem to be doing much better over there. Oh, my neck hurts though. After all that craziness, she goes, Shannon Lynch, I love you back. She goes, still like a crazy fuck you about. After they just basically got into a family screaming match. That's insane, minus the dads. Fuck dads, so. Well, except his dad. His dad's fine. She made a good point. Talking about how Johnny's not running out on her. She goes, are you running out on Effie? That's how you say your name. Something like that. I don't know. Oh. We're continuing. These books are long, girls. I don't know how we doing this. I haven't seen each other in a week. In a week? I haven't seen each other in a week. Yeah, you're drowning in mood swings after you left your siblings in trauma, Darren. Chapter 25. Left your siblings in trauma. And yeah, so now you're drowning in despair. I don't know what he wanted. I don't know what he thought he was gonna come back to. This was from last night, but I just wanted to put this. Because Shannon, started running away from Johnny after coming back to school, and he said, Shannon, like the river, come back here. I can just imagine him running through the hallways and, everybody staring at him, and then he's just saying, Shannon, come back here. Bro, hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. Probably gonna read some more this morning. Of course, during the sex education class, this teacher wants to put Bella next to Johnny. No. Bella, move up to 5th row with Kavanaugh. No. It's gonna be bad. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna end so badly. Yeah, Bella tried to make a joke. She tried to be like, or a mouth. No, don't to him like that. That's sexual harassment. That is sexual harassment. And yeah, she's his girlfriend now, Bella. Of course, as soon as she stepped out of view, he said his brain kicked in and he started moving. He loves her. They're in love. I love her. Yeah, and they put Bella in her place immediately. No. And then him and Gipsy sat together. Hell yeah. A few updates. I'm on like chapter 30, and we figured out that Claire does not believe Gerard. I knew it. I had a feeling she wouldn't believe him, that he, like, once he has her, he actually will want her. So I want their book. I need their book now. And Darren's, I feel like, is even more controlling than, like, her mom and stuff. Like, he needs to go, too. He's pretty abusive, too. I don't know why he's acting like this. You the one who wanted to come back and try to fix everything, so you better fix it. He's making me mad. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm going over there. Good. About time. My mouth fell open. But you said I shouldn't. Hey, Gibbsy held his hands up and grinned. I'm the last person you should be taking your advice from. Shrugging, he added, I'm following your lead, lad. Jesus, we're fucked, I muttered. That we are, buddy, that we are. The blind leading the blind. The blind leading the blind.
And kids, that's exactly what we did.
I'm out here, and I don't want to look like a crazy person talking to myself. I am on college campus right now. Got my powder donuts. My $2 little vending machine food because I don't know about college student. Yeah. I finished Keeping 13. I actually finished it like yesterday. It was so good. I feel like it was definitely like more lighthearted and funnier than Binding 13. Like my favorite part of that whole book was probably whenever Gibbsy was like, he was coming in the room and he was like, does it work? They were talking about like his penis and he was like, yeah, it works. I tried it, or I pulled on it last night or whatever. And then he said, you're sitting in it right, and then Johnny goes, you're sitting in it right now. And then Gibbsy like multiple times just references how Johnny came on him. And I just think that's hilarious. Sorry, I don't want to look crazy. I probably do though, talking to myself. I'm just on FaceTime, it's fine. Yeah, that was pretty hilarious. But then I had a feeling the ending was just like whenever the fire, I'll just say that depressed me. Extremely depressed me. Oh my god, sorry. Are you shitting me? Okay. That was actually very disturbing for me to think that he would have set him and his whole family on fire. If Johnny, like, I'm so proud of Shannon for like getting to the level that she was at to be able to call Johnny, because if she didn't, they would have all died. The fact that he doused his baby's son in alcohol. I don't know what to do about that. It really irks my nerves. And I think what really redeemed the mom for me in my eyes was her acceptance and her willingness to help get her children out for herself, and her acceptance of her death. And I don't know, I think that really did show that she really did love her children. She was just as broken as they were. And I think she really kind of accepted her death at the end, knowing that her children were going to be safe. That was insanity. And Johnny, the ending, I did love like how they wrapped up their stuff. How he took like a gap year, but he is a rugby player. He's fully back. He took a year off to be with Shannon. I think that's gonna be good. Because I hope I want to see Claire and Gibbsy's, because with the camping trip, whenever he fell into the water in that whole scene, I really hated Lizzie for that, but I also love her as a character because I think she's a relatable character for a lot of people in a negative way sometimes, yes, but I think I'm really excited to see her story. Sorry, I still look crazy, like I said. With that, I'm excited to see like Claire and Gibbsy's past, because we have got some of it, but not a lot of it. And I want to know like what happened with the whole water thing, because I really do think Claire was a big part of that. And I want to see that because they're so adorable, and I need them to actually fully admit to each other that they both think that they both are not going to stay with each other, but they're both in love with each other. I need that to happen soon. Also, I started, what's it called? Savings. I started the fourth book for the third book last night, and I realized that today. So I'm starting, I already started it. I'm starting Saving 6 today. I'm on page 20. I think I'm on like chapter 3. But it's like set up within like, it's going through their years together, I guess. So I think we're also going to see Joey's perspective of like when he came back to the fire because he thought that all like his siblings were in there. That would have broken my heart. That would have been the end all for me, thinking that my siblings were there. So yeah, that's what we're on right now. They had an adorable, really cute, it was literally love at first sight. And I love Effie. I think that's how you say her name, Effie. I love her. She's a bad and I know she's gonna sass her way through this relationship. The way they met, she was just kind of like, yeah, you saw me. Don't walk away from me again. She ate with that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm obsessed with them so far. Obsessed. That's all I have to say. I don't remember the last time I recorded, but I'm on, let's see. Hold on. Give me a second. I don't really know what chapter. I don't know what chapter this is, but it says Boys, Friends, and Boyfriends. September 3rd, 2001. I think this is their third year. Fourth year, maybe. I think it's fourth year now. But Effie is already in love with him. Like, I love the way they interact. Well, not necessarily. You can clearly tell Effie's like trying to get his attention, and he just kind of doesn't want it. He thinks he's bad for her. But she's sassy, and I love her for that. So yeah. Also, like seeing the progression of Joey and like him doing drugs, and we're seeing like some of the past. Like when Shannon was younger before she got to Tommen, we're seeing like his perspective of that and stuff. Oh my gosh. So yeah. It's pretty good, but it's also really depressing to see him go down the path where he started out with weed and then kind of was like, I need something stronger. He didn't want to be in his own head anymore, I think. Stupid boyfriend Paul called her a slut, called her a whore. Joe needs to be his fucking. Joey's already over here like nearly for long because he was trying to drag her away and he broke her fucking low. Like she's just trying to dance and shake ass and have fun. Said, what was the point in fighting my DNA? I'm gonna give an update. I'm now 259 pages in. I'm on Don't Pretend You Haven't Noticed. I'm loving them. Joey's already like beat people's ass over here multiple times. We just heard about the story of like Shannon getting her hair cut and then he beat up the bullies' brothers. Yeah. And that was what caused her to go to Tommen. So it's interesting to see all of this kind of coming together. And I loved the party scene with him and Effie. I just love them. But then she went up there with stupid Paul. I really hate Paul. I really want Paul to die. He's another one of those characters that I don't want to be there anymore. And he cheated on Effie with Bella Wilkinson. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? It's a bullying Shannon. And that was, oh my god, I just can't. Of course, that stupid. Ooh, her and Joey just got caught and she hasn't broken up with Paul. Tag's a beast. He just his brother. He rammed something into this dude's Billy's face, bro. Cause Paul's brother. I love Tag. I hate Paul. They're officially together. It's sexual, but it's so funny to me for some reason. Like, I don't know. I just finished saving 6. They are broken up. Joey and Effie. Because he thinks he's not good enough for her and he wants to get his but she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's literally said that she's in love with you. She literally was broken whenever you weren't around. So don't make me mad. I don't know if I'm gonna start, Redeeming 6 tonight. But I might. But that's the second Joey and Effie story, and then it's Taming 7, and I think that might be Claire and Lizzie. Yeah, no, not Claire and Lizzie, but Lizzie and, I can't remember his name. I think that's who it's about. So yeah. But this one is a lot more pages than the other ones. But I think we can do it. I've been so busy. And I have not had time to update anything about my reading, but I have been reading a lot. Because I was at the fall festival. I've also been just reading while I'm doing other stuff. And I am almost done with Redeeming 6. I'm on page 675 and 132. We got to see a lot of, I loved how we got to see a lot of stuff from Joey's perspective, like some of the scenes from Shannon that we also got from Joey, but we got to see it from his eyes and what his thought processes were. Yes, and we get to see Effie's thought processes, and I agree with Effie. From day one, she hated their mother. Hated her. Because she saw right through her from the beginning. And I do think she got the redemption in the end, but I just love that Effie saw right through her from the beginning. I love that. did not know. That was shocking to find out that that Effie was pregnant. She was pregnant that whole time, like, during a lot of the stuff that was happening with Shannon, too. And we just didn't know. She was just been pregnant, and nobody really knew besides, like, Joey and some other people. And Joey's in, rehab right now, which we found out at the end of, Shannon and Johnny's books, like, their duo. So we know that he's already going to rehab, so we kind of saw, like, him from rehab, and now he's getting out. That's the point I'm on right now, is he's getting out, and he's supposed to go to Tommen. And he's going to be moving in with Johnny's parents because they're adopting the kids because of the fire and all the stuff that happened. Seeing that from Joey's perspective, like the way he ran into the house, like he was prepared to sacrifice himself for those kids. He was fully prepared to sacrifice himself for those kids. And yeah, and it was the whole scene where the bridge scene, like that's why I need Lizzie's book now, because the bridge scene, like, opened up for her, and I really, like, she saved him. That whole scene, like, broke my heart. She said, you're not going to do the same thing to me. You're not going to do the same thing to Shannon that my sister did to me. You're not going to turn her into me. And that's the trauma that she probably has from her sister committing suicide. We also figured out that Darren was friends with Lizzie's older sister in, like, the first book of this. Suicide is never the answer, guys. Suicide is never the answer. And the fact that Joey was thinking about it because he was fully convinced that would have saved everybody around him. It breaks my heart, it shatters me in two. And I can't even imagine what Lizzie's sister went through to get her to that point. So anybody who's hating on Lizzie, that's all I have to say about that one, even though I haven't even gotten to her book yet. Yeah, but we're getting there. And I think we're almost getting to the point where maybe Effie's gonna have the baby. So, yeah. And I love, he just, like, it's a boy. And all of them, even Nanny said it's a boy. It's gonna be a boy. Like, I know it now. Imagine if it's a girl, though, and everybody's been like, it's a boy this whole time. That's funny. And I love Edel. She's like, you're mine now. To Joey. She's like, I don't give a 18. I really don't care how old you are, actually, but you're mine now. So that's that. She does not care at all. She's like, you're mine. End of story. But she thinks, and Joe's coming home right now, but Effie doesn't know. She thinks he's coming home later, and she's about to have the baby, and she doesn't want to have the baby till Joe gets home, but he's coming home. This is... Thwarted Reunions. That's the name of this next chapter. He's going to Effie, or Afa. I think I've learned how to say it now. Afa. Yeah, okay. It's like Ava, but with F, like Afa. Okay. Oh, that's why it's thwarted reunions. Or fucking to the door because they went shopping. And we see little specks of, like, Shannon and Johnny, and as soon as she said she wanted food, and he, like, his answer was no, but she said yes. He turned around and he said, you want food? Okay. I love him. I am on my way to my college because I have some stuff to do, even though it's Sunday. That's fine. But, I can see now why Edel, Johnny's mom, loves Joey, because I think she was the exact same way and went through maybe some of the similar stuff that Joey went through, because he was talking about a payment plan to pay her back because he just got a bunch of money from his nanny, from his granda, and she goes, no, don't even think about paying us back a cent. And she was like, the payment enough is you going to school and you staying clean, off drugs. And he goes, but I got expelled. I got suspended on my first day. And she goes, so did I. So did I. Girl, she was transferred to Tommen too, I guess, or was put in Tommen. I assume that has something to do with John and like their situation, which I kind of hope we get a book of like the past in John and Edel a little bit. I don't know why, but yeah, because I'm in love with John and Edel, honestly. Like, I want to see their story too, and I love how she loves Joey. Like, she is making sure that he's still being cared for, even though he is legally an adult and he has like a job and stuff. I still love that she's able, like, I'm in love. This is the last line before the epilogue, because in this version of Forever, we get the happy ending, Malloy. I can't get over them right now. I just can't. And the epilogue is Shannon. It's in Shannon's POV. I love that, and we got a little snippet of Shannon and Johnny at the end. I love it. We have Taming 7, and then I don't think the rest of the series is out yet. But Taming 7, and then we're done. One more. I went ahead and just bought Taming 7 because it wasn't on Kindle Unlimited, but so I have it. I read the preface. It literally says, moments before the pain of my lungs exploded and everything went dark, I saw a halo of light and an orb of sunshine. I saw her, and that's when I knew. And that's when I knew. And this is Claire and Gibbsy. I thought it was going to be Liz, but it's Claire and Gibbsy. So I am really excited for that, though, because I did want their story as well. So yeah, but I'm probably going to take a break for a minute. And yeah. Okay, y'all. I thought I had this, but I guess not. I did read, I'm not remembering the name. Something 7. That one. Claire and Gibbsy's story. I did finish that like weeks ago, and then I realized as I'm editing this, I do not have the clip. Any clips of me reading it, any clips of me talking about it, I swear I took some. I guess not. But I do want to add that I really did enjoy their story. Theirs is probably one of my favorites so far. I don't know if they're going to get a second book, but I assume they are, but it's not out yet. Or Taming 7. Found it. Okay. And I just love that it showed, like, I don't know, I loved seeing them. I loved, like, finally seeing their relationship, because we kind of got to see it through other people, like, but we never actually got to see what their relationship, like, was, like, just them two, and the fact that he stayed over. They literally slept together every single night in the same bed, because he had nightmares, and she was the only one that he would pull him out of that. I'm obsessed with their story. I want them to get married, have babies, real babies, not cat babies, real babies. And I'm obsessed. And that's gonna end this video.